Hi guys, I'm Ryan from Reading With My Eyes, and I'm going to review Yesteryear by Caro Claire Burke. This is a mind-bending character study with a little bit of historical fiction in between, sort of. It's an interesting novel. So the basic premise for this novel is a trad wife influencer wakes up and is transported back into the 800s to live that trad wife lifestyle. The only thing, this trad wife influencer has nannies, she has personal chefs, all this stuff. So she only lives the trad wife lifestyle on camera. And she knows the basics of it, but is not all about that lifestyle like she claimed. This is a very, very unlikable character. Definitely think of Yellowface by R.F. Kuang, which I loved. I loved Yellowface a lot. That was a 5-star read for me. This book, Yesteryear, is not. A big reason for that is we don't get to see this character develop into the monster that she became. She basically was always the monster, and she was just quiet about it. I said in my written review, if Natalie is God's favorite child, she is a spoiled brat. We don't get that early development where you took the turn of like, this is the person I'm going to live. Basically, we kind of meet this person in college where they already have an idea of themselves, and they're just very quiet about it. And they really, in college, they just learn to spread their voice louder. The one thing you will get in reading this novel is you're like, they have a chance to change. And it's like, do they take that change or not? This is a debut novel by Caro Claire Burke. And at first I was blown away. If I just reviewed the first 50% of this novel, it would be a 5-star. She has a lot to say, and it's very truthful. It's like a kind of harsh truth, but it's very truthful. And that first 50% does not feel like a debut author, but the last 50% does. She kind of runs out of ideas and keeps regurgitating the ideas that she's already explored. I think she really gets into the most truth when she's talking about influencer culture and the envy. She definitely envies other lives and like compares herself to another life. She compares herself to a girl in college, and that is like the best part. She's trying the game of life. She's trying to like say, I have the best life, and she's trying to win at this game that she has with herself. The character development, the character needed way more actual development. It is a good character, but it needed to develop more. The end of this book relies on a twist, which I saw coming at about the 65% mark. I had a better idea in my mind than actually what the book went with. I think it was a decent twist, but it relies on a couple things happening that felt very soap opera to me. And that's where I really had the issue. It was really a convenient twist because of this one thing happening. And it doesn't happen any other times in the book. It kind of is hinted that it happened before, but we never get to see that. And we definitely needed to see that because other stuff happens where it could have happened. It could have been inserted easily into that part of the novel. That was my big fault of the novel, that I thought they could have been done a lot better. So this novel's pretty mixed for me. As a debut, I think it's a pretty darn good debut. And I think it will get nominated for a Goodreads Choice Award at the end of the year. It's a great novel for a book club. There is so much to talk about. There's a good and the bad. Some people are going to love this twist. I've already seen a couple of my fellow reviewers have loved the twist. Some saw it coming, some didn't see it coming. Some went, okay, that was an okay twist. Definitely what Natalie explores. I think her views on religion, her views on what a man should do in a household, the traditional values. I think there's a lot to explore and a lot of questions it does ask. For me, this book was a 3.5 out of 5. Could have been better. Will I read the next book by Caro Claire Burke? I will. I will check it out. Definitely. She's definitely added enough that I am curious to check out her writing. And I did like it for that first 50%. I was like, okay, I'm really liking this. But it just goes downhill in the end when it runs out of ideas. I'm Ryan from Reading With My Eyes. Thank you guys for watching this review. Like, subscribe, all that stuff.